For the final time on this Northern Tour, the All Blacks lay down the challenge with Kamate and led by TJ Perenara for the last time. Well, Italian coach Gonzalo Quesada has named a very good forward pack for this match against the All Blacks. Fischetti, Lucchesi and Riccioni in the front row. Ruza and Lamb lock the scrum. Sebastian Negri brings all his power on the blindside flank. Monty Ioane, so special in the number 11 jersey. They welcome back Ange Capuzzo in the number 15 jersey, and look for the likes of Paulo Garbisi and Pazrello to direct the side well around this wonderful stadium.
Really strong All Black side. The All Blacks have named Ethan de Groot comes in at loose head prop with Taylor and Lomax. Patrick Tuipulotu was promoted from the bench to start alongside the skipper in Scott Barrett. Look, Cam Roigard was outstanding last weekend in his performance as halfback, so he combines once again with Beauden. Barrett changed at second 5'8". Geordie Barrett being out injured, so Anton Lienert-Brown and the back three of Clark, Telea and Jordan has been an outstanding form in the autumn series. Plenty to like off the bench as well, Ben.
Yeah, the benches expect plenty of impact. Italy, Alessandro Izikor, his power at loose forward in the number 20 jersey will be needed for the All Blacks. There's freshness. Fletcher New and David Havili get an opportunity, and of course Perenara off the bench in his last test, Jeff.
Yes, a very strong All Blacks team named by Scott Robertson. Certainly paying their respects to this Italian side who look to bounce back. Came back last week to beat Georgia 20 points to 17. Pierre Brousset of France is our referee for this one. Italy have never beaten the All Blacks. Can they create something special tonight here in Turin? Or will the All Blacks finish season 2024 on a winning note? The test is underway here at the Allianz Stadium in Turin, and it's an early touch for the All Blacks and Patrick Tuipulotu just outside of the 22 there for Roigard. And the flag's up, so there's a boot on the line. Had a good look at it, Pierre Brousset.
First line out, an area that the All Blacks have improved remarkably is their defensive line out. With no Tupavai, who's done a lot of that work. It'll be interesting to see what impact Tuipulotu and Barrett can have on this Italian set piece.
Gianmarco Lucchesi, the man from Toulon, throws in. It's one though, pinched by the All Blacks, and Patrick Tuipulotu had the boot on the line, handed the line out to Italy. Now they have the ball back at the feet of Cam Roigard, who sends it high and floating inside. Mark Telea did a good job to keep the ball alive, but the flag is up. In fact, it's out on the full, so we come back again. And just an untidy start here in Turin, and Italy will have another opportunity.
Well, really good impact already. Line out time, Patrick Tuipulotu getting up. That was a short line out as well, really hard to defend. Well, they get another opportunity to defend that as well. Italy line out this autumn series running 90%.
Negri at the front, Seb Negri, and Italy with first use, and it's put down by Ross Vincent. Italy in the white strip tonight, usually in the Azzurri blue. And so just a couple of errors to start the test match, but the All Blacks will have the first scrum of the game, Ben, just on the 22-metre line.
Well, this is a big area. Ethan de Groot back in to the side, started this tour as the number 1 loosehead prop. You'd say Tamaiti Williams has taken every opportunity, so this is big for de Groot in the loosehead jersey. Patrick Tuipulotu back in there, he's packing down. You see a tight headlock. And Lomax, this is a big battle here against Fischetti on this side.
All Blacks with considerable weight advantage here at scrum time. They're going to use it to full effect here, and they do, and there's the first penalty of the game. Huge scrum early and a real marker for the All Blacks.
Fair to say, I think there was a statement made on that loose head side of the scrum. He's been waiting 3 weeks or 4 weeks to get that opportunity to go to work, but it's not just him. It's the power that comes in behind and keeping it square. You're only going to get rewarded if your movement is forward first, not around. So the All Blacks relieve the pressure. For Italy, so much is about staying in the fight early.
Cody Taylor sends it down the back. Wallace Satiti look for it. But it's tipped on the side of the Italians. And Manuel Zuliani and for Michele Lamaro, the usual skipper tonight, was injured last week against Georgia. So the start for the man from Benetton. One of 12 Benetton players in the Italian 23 tonight. Martin Pajrello, the halfback, born in France, sends it up high and floating over the 22. Brilliant take, Mark Telea. But he's held up in the air as Italy look to drive him to the touchline. Still in the field of play for the All Blacks, just inside of their 22. There it is for Roigard again, up for Tuipulotu. Go low on him through Ross Vincent, the man from the Exeter Chiefs. It's come down, but it's there for the Italians. And so now they have a real chance to attack here for the first time inside the All Blacks red zone. Bajrello. All gone backwards, says Pierre Brochet. And so 4 minutes gone here. The Allianz Stadium in Turin. We know it's been cold all week, Ben. Around 0 here tonight. But a few mistakes early from both teams.
Well, and you can see the intent as well from the Italians, how physical they are looking to take this game on up front. They're piling numbers into the breakdown. They're putting pressure on. Here's defensively. You can see they're coming up in a line, just the execution there from Roigard, but they were under pressure, the All Blacks. This defensive line, and there's where the knock-on is.
So critical for Italy. You're going to get a few chances early on. You need to take those. And 2 handling errors, not really under pressure, physical pressure, no contact at the time the ball arrives. Those are mistakes against the All Blacks you can't afford to make. For the All Blacks, you can see there's almost a willingness to want to play out of their own half. Maybe it's time just to play a little bit of territory, get a little bit of dominance, get a little bit of field position.
So then Roigard and the All Blacks look to go to work again. They win another scrum penalty. And the halfback goes quickly away for Beauden. Barrett, the All Blacks, looking to crack the Italian defensive line outside the half, but the ball has been stolen. Brilliant work on the loose ball, Italy. And again, though, the pass not sticking. So Ethan de Groot and the All Blacks come away with it. There's Roigard. And now Barrett looking for a low, flat kick for some territory inside the Italian half. Here he is, Ange Capozzo. This outstanding player from Toulouse, returning this week. Will Jordan, though, speaking of outstanding fullbacks, that's a brilliant take under some pressure. As the All Blacks look to settle into their rhythm again, haven't ventured inside of Italy's half on attack. Roigard, the left foot, sends it high into the night sky here in Turin. Looking for it again as Will Jordan, but it's come forward. And so, yeah, Brochet will look to play an advantage. None will come. And so we'll pack down another scrum.
Well, I think it's important for the All Blacks, Ben, is that you don't take anything for granted. Don't think to yourself, well, if we just decide to play 70 metres from our own line, that we'll be able to break this defence open. This is a team in the Six Nations. It proved to be a very good side.
Well, it's 2 penalties at scrum time now, and that second one in particular, they had the opportunity to calm it down, get territory, and run their line out. But they win the quick tap and then the turnover ball. So you're right, they need to respect the ball that they have now. So third scrum of All Blacks feed. Both penalties have come on that loose head side. Ethan de Groot scrumming very well. There was a clear plan, and that ball goes in around where they are pushing through here. But this is the Italian feed.
Bye. 81st start tonight for Sam Cane on the side of the All Black scrum. Pajrello feeds for Italy. And Garbesi puts a little kick over to the wing of Montejuani. Been so dangerous there this year. And he's brought down just shy of the All Blacks 22. looking to make the little kick through. Again, the Italian halfback, and it's worked out for the All Blacks and their captain, Scott Barrett, who marches forward into Italy's defence. Roigard looking for Tuipulotu again. A few carries for the big lock forward in the opening 8 minutes. No real territory for the All Blacks to work with at all, but Barrett puts a little kick through for Wallace Satiti as they try and pile through on the ball, but it's well secured by the Azzurri and Monty Ioane. It's so hard to put down. Martin Pagriello, a little halfback from Lyon, plays it back for Vischetti. The loose hit, there's another penalty. So that's a few now for the All Blacks. And perhaps a chance just to play a bit of territory and get their game going in Italy's half.
Yeah, good defensive work. There's the illegal clean out. And it was nice little execution out of the edge, but then Italy just here trying to find space and behind. Skill execution once again, just leading them down. A couple of balls have not gone to hand. Now the All Blacks get some territory, Ben, but it's this willingness of kicking the ball, chipping into space deep in your own half. Expect them to be a little bit more direct here.
First time into Italian territory.
Tuipulotu again to take in the middle of the line-out for the All Blacks. Cody Taylor, his 96th cap tonight at the back of that All Blacks ball. Roigard looking away to the right, looking to free it here. A real scrap for the ball. Roigard and Ruza and Italy have managed to stab it through inside of the All Blacks 22. And the crowd come to life in Turin. They are right behind the Azzurri tonight, and that's a big turnaround.
There's great work defensively from the Azzurri. They fought their way into the contest for the ball, and then this is a fantastic kick to 50-22. They get great field position, and you'd have to say right now, the All Blacks, in regards to some of their parts of their game, is not quite on.
Casey sends it down the back, and his 50th start tonight. Seb Negri, so experienced, takes it down for Italy. What a start to the test this would be for them. Luke Casey trying to hold him up. Anton Lienert-Brown, his first start since Japan. Tonight in the All Black midfield, ripped away Adi Savia. And he's come off his feet, says the referee. So seemingly the All Blacks with a real opportunity at the other end of the field to set their attack, and now it's the Italians who are in prime position here to open the scoring.
Well, it's been all Italy, hasn't it? That mistake at line-out time from the All Blacks, their set piece at scrum time was accurate, line-out time not getting it right, and this crowd is right in behind. You can see the intent of the Italians when they get some tempo and they get front foot ball. Their clean-out's accurate. They're there in numbers. And this is a big 11 minutes full of confidence.
Paolo Galbisi sends it through. And coming up to 12 minutes gone here at the Allianz Stadium in Turin, it's the home side, Italy, who lead the All Blacks by 3-0.
This is about playing the game in the right parts of the field. Here, as he bounces up, just watch here, he goes to ground too quickly. He needed to lift the ball before he was in a position to play the ball, and he didn't do that as he was going to deck. So now the All Blacks have to regroup, reset, and start again.
Beauden, Barrett gets us underway again. Brilliant take, Caleb Clark. He read that perfectly. And it's put the All Blacks back in a brilliant position to attack. 25 metres out from Italy's line. Roigard for Adi Savia. Wrestles himself to deck, presents the ball for Roigard, but it's untidy. So Anton Lienert-Brown does well. He's driven back.
No, stop now.
In the tackle, Beauden Barrett will play halfback. Thought about going blindside. And he goes back away to the right again to Savia. Now Roigard looks down that short side for Kane. Little shuffle for the open side flanker. And over the top for Caleb Clark. Italy's defence holding for the time being. Roigard aiming up once more as the All Blacks march towards the 10-metre line in Italian territory. Beauden, Barrett's taken down. Good tackle by Luke Casey, and the big second row of Federico Ruza. They've got an advantage to work with too here, New Zealand. So Barrett thinks about the little kick pass over to the wing, but instead gives it to Will Jordan, keeping the ball alive nicely here. The All Blacks, Mark Telea, showing his prowess in the air early in the test match. And he'll come back across. No advantage played or coming, so it's another penalty to the All Blacks.
Ben, you talked about it before the game, the breakdown, and clearly Italy have got to focus at disrupting position, making it difficult to clear.
Every time there's an All Black carry, there's a defensive wall coming up hard. They're coming from outside in, they're right at the breakdown there. You could see the All Blacks having a look left and right before they actually gave the pass. That just shows that there are Italian players coming up and putting pressure on, plus the ball is slow. So they are getting in there and looking to disrupt, looking to slow the ball down. When the Italians have had the ball as well, their clean out is accurate, so it's putting plenty of pressure on, and this here is a signal to the Italians that they need points. The All Blacks need points.
Interesting decision. So much talked about whether you take points on offer or you kick for touch. Conversation went long after last weekend's game, but sort of settling into the game, and just appears at the moment the All Blacks have come in with a game plan and they haven't been able to execute. They feel as though they just need to settle, get some points on the board. Like I say, get that reset.
'61st test point for Beauden Barrett. And after 14 minutes in Turin, the All Blacks level with Italy, 3 apiece. Garbisi, his younger brother Alessandro Garbisi, on the bench tonight. And there's the penalty Italy were after.
Not for contest, no access.
So it's a hard one now if you're in a lifting pod, and if you're thinking you're going to get a position, and originally Patrick Tuipulotu was thinking he was going to claim it. The over kicks come in and he hasn't been in a position to get out of the chase line. A really hard one now, because you've almost got to call it early and go, I'm out. And so we've seen a focus from World Rugby around clearing space for a chasing team. The All Blacks needed to make the adjustment, and they didn't.
Big focus on the escort player this year in World Rugby. Another chance for Paolo Garbisi to retake the lead for Italy. He does. Second penalty goal for the Italian 5-8, and it's Italy by 3. The last time out at the Rugby World Cup, 96-17, 14 tries in all the All Blacks scored. A number of these Italian players involved in that match. And the lead early here against New Zealand in Turin. Again, Beauden Barrett looking across to the wing, and once more Clark does a brilliant job to take it. And handing the possession off of the restart. Barrett again to his brother. Just beyond the 10, Cam Roigard plays it back to Groot. Almost from a standing start. Trying to drive him to ground, Federico Ruza. Roigard for Barrett again, little short pass this time for Kane. And a penalty for the All Blacks once more.
Where it is, on the ground.
Well, this is concerning, will be concerning for Gonzalo Quesada. Starting to stack up, but they do have the lead.
But by the same token though, Jeff, if it goes from set piece to set piece and penalty to penalty, and at the moment the teams are alternating across each other, it's just slowing the game down, and there is no flow right now for either side in terms of the ability to hold on position for long periods of time.
17 gone. The All Blacks looking for the ball. It's loose off the top. Is there for Anton Lienert-Brown though, and Satiti. It's been a revelation this season. Back on the blind side, nominated for World Rugby's Breakthrough Player of the Year.
What is that? No.
Italy making life really difficult for the All Blacks here as Barrett sends one skyward. Once more for Will Jordan. And Capuzzo's there for Mark Telea. He looks to make some meters close to the touchline. Barrett again, looking for the cutout pass. He finds Taylor, who runs onto it flat. Taken down just shy of the 22. And Italy flying up on the man. And it's there for Roigard and Barrett. A little deeper this time. Taylor, good tackle on him by Ross Vincent. The number 8 born in Johannesburg. Again, he comes in. Good, strong tackling from this Italian defence. And it slowed the ball down for Lienert-Brown. Tyrell Lomax cuts it forward again. Patrick Tuipulotu this time, a pick and go. Adi Savia gets the legs pumping. Satiti. Come forward off Italy, says the referee. But you have to tip your hat to Italy's defence here. The All Blacks rolling their sleeves up, but just unable to find a way through.
The outstanding defence from the Italians. They're put under pressure. This kick here, this was after 3 phases they had gone back. So they're going into that pocket to kick to get some field position here. This is Jordan. He offloads Telea. A little bit of luck in the air, but this Italian defence is putting pressure on the All Blacks, and the All Blacks are having to look at the pick and go. That's where they're having to go in behind.
It's the right option, though, to go through the middle. As you know, when there's line speed and they're coming quickly, particularly in that first channel out, they're continuing to come hard. If you go through the middle, just gives them a little bit of doubt. Also going to the air, great contestable 2-on-1, created an opportunity.
So we look at the action,
but the important thing going into this test match is whether or not Italy could handle the occasion. For the first 20 minutes, they've handled the occasion. Quite often, they haven't. They've got behind early.
Having a look at Scott Barrett here, All Black captain.
And discipline has certainly been an issue for the All Blacks in 2024.
Yeah, the referee has nothing on the screen.
There is no footage on the screen.
He has no footage on the screen.
So Pierre Brousset.
We said TMO check.
Well, Tranini for TMO. Wanting to look at something here involving the All Blacks captain. Take a look here, Goldie.
Okay, it's coming now.
Okay, so you have a clear footage of
The
number
croc roll.
4 black.
Okay, grab it. Test it. So we got the clear.
Which is now a offence that would be penalised. It's come in and then rolled to the side there. It's a safety measure that World Rugby have brought in now.
I saw one of these last week in Paris. What does Pierre Brousset say? He's digging into his pocket, is he? He just wants to chat.
Where is it? Timeout call.
And he has
Clock by 4.
yellow carded the All Blacks captain. Huge call, and 20 minutes gone, the opening quarter. It's the All Blacks down to 14. They lose their captain.
There's a croc or a yellow card offence now.
Yep. The safety on both around the neck area, but also around the knees. Yep, knees and legs when they can
Get trapped in bodies.
of course.
So a huge opportunity now with the extra man advantage.
Two receiver.
And that'll help the All Blacks just as they lose their captain at line-out time.
Two receivers.
But a real scrappy start to this test match.
This is perfect for Italy, not this play in particular, but ultimately in terms of the game, because now the All Blacks will have to make the slightest adjustment around technically where they go. And here, this is using a free kick to try and go to the air.
Barrett sends it Allianz, Capuzzo Oh, he spills the ball forward. Usually so reliable under the high ball. The star from Toulouse. But the All Blacks once more on the front foot. Setiti looking for the pass away to Lienert-Brown. Azzurri looked to get over it and pinch it for Italy. A little deeper for Jordan this time. Enrico Ioane on his shoulder, but it's come forward off the All Blacks centre.
I'll say this, Enrico Ioane, I think has been asked to run a short ball a lot. And one of his great strengths is his speed. And so we see Geordie Barrett here. Quite often, if that pass isn't right on the money, it's really hard to take that in the contact. And he's made a number of errors in similar situations through the course of the season where he just keeps running this short ball, where I'd really love to see them use a different role, going to the outside, trying to use his speed, because that's his greatest asset for me. Ethan de Groot's the man down. It's as though a little bit of a hand injury. Ben?
Well, you're right to surround Ioane there. When you're doing the analysis, you put two defenders in there because they're running that short line, so the pressure on, you're right, to get that ball exactly right is tough. And two defenders coming in there, we've seen a bit of spilt ball. Now this is big scrum time. They're down one man, the All Blacks. And Scott Barrett, their captain, who goes into lock. Looks like Setiti has gone in there. Yep, he is.
You wonder how much time he spent there at training.
Where can't he play? He has been outstanding. What a season it's been for the young man. But it's Italy after 21 minutes in Turin.
Time off.
They've never beaten the All Blacks, of course. First test in 1987. Well beaten last year at the Rugby World Cup, and Gonzalo Quesada has had a pretty good run of it since taking over the reins from Kieran Crowley, the former All Black. Excellent Six Nations campaign. And through the first quarter, they lead New Zealand. Pajrello away for Paolo Garbisi. This time he sends it high for Ioane. Plenty of pace. It's come backwards and into the arms of Ange Capozzo for Italy, who have it just on the 10-metre line inside of All Blacks territory, who do well to blow through on the ball and win the penalty. They couldn't resist. Italy defensively off their feet, but a good contest and a real sign of how they want to play the game with that high ball, Jeff.
Yeah, good contestable kick. Well done, but then they just went to sleep for a moment, and then the counter ruck from Telea and Jordan was really good. Do enjoy seeing a couple of outside backs go to work at a counter ruck, Ben.
I've just seen set piece, scrum time. Wallace Setiti had to go into that locking position. Would have seen Adi Savia packing at 8, then dropping round to the side to hold that weight. Same challenge applies now, line out time without Barrett.
Okay.
Wallace Setiti, he has been the go-to man at the front of that line out. They look to him. Tuipulotu's still there.
Where's the captain now for All Blacks? Yellow card will remain a yellow card because no either danger. Yellow card remain a yellow card.
So one Ignacio Brex just asking the question of referee Pierre Rousset.
Time back on.
Will remain a yellow card for the All Black captain. So will be restored to the full complement in just under 7 minutes. But a real chance here now. Down a man, and Cody Taylor. That's in a lot of the All Blacks maul in the last few tests. A good one here, creeping inside of Italy's 22. Now for Anton Lienert-Brown. Taken hard in the tackle as Roigard tried last week, looking to snipe his way through. Ethan de Groot lays it back. The Sketty's in there, he leaves it alone, and Roigard darts away, and Roigard's going to score! Opening try of the test. It's taken 23 minutes, but it's Cam Roigard.
Italy fall off a tackle. It gets a little bit messy, and one of the strongest runners you'll see in the game Such a big upper body as Cam Roigard, and he explodes into space. A couple of nice little carries. And the All Blacks hit the front with a player in the bin bin. They needed it to get some sort of momentum into this dispatch.
Well, it was a solid line-out drive as well that got them into the field position, and then where they have gone through the Italians, where they got ground before and made some impact, was through the middle. And there was the footwork from Roigard. The Italians spread out on their defence, and he has been so good this year, Roigard. And the All Blacks, well, they really needed to get on the board.
Beauden Barrett from a handy position. With a man down, the All Blacks scored the first try, the 7th for Cam Roigard. And his 10th test, Damien McKenzie's happy in the crowd.
Just one error, one missed tackle. The All Blacks in the right part of the field. Cam Roigard, what a return to rugby he has had after such a long time on the sidelines.
Rieko Ioane. Brilliant run, breaking out of the 22. Ioane, can he link up? He's got Cody Taylor with him. Galbizi makes the tackle on the All Blacks centre. Now Beauden Barrett stabs the grubber through for Jordan. Galbizi going back. He's got Jacopo Trilla, the right winger, with him as the All Blacks look to blow through on the ball again.
Use it now.
Is there though for Martin Pajrello.
Use it.
Pajrello again on the right boot, trying to curl it round, and makes some pretty good distance too, inside of his 22. But you just feel Jeff Wilson, a slight change in momentum here.
First up tackles, those will be the things that hurts Italy. They scrambled well.
Shorter line out. Cody Taylor aiming up for Ari Salvia, comes to the front. Now to roll this forward into Italy's territory here. Do a good job too.
One.
Satiti comes in to add his weight. There for Roigard. Lienert-Brown, first receiver. Now Barrett, a bit of space. There's Caleb Clark wrapping around. And he takes the ball down, the big winger on the 10-metre line. Ioane. Ioane on Ioane it was, and just doing enough, Monty Ioane, to disrupt Rieko.
Forward.
This is another error. All Blacks in some good rhythm, just travelling forward.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to find some spaces on the inside, but that's not an area around that channel. Yes, they were able to get some momentum here. It was nice work from Clark. Brought on a couple of defenders, but Italy are regrouping really well, Ben.
They are. They're getting back into their line. You can see, look, tackles made already, Italy. Well, the missed tackle stat there, just a function of how long they've been on defence. But the way they're coming up the line, you saw it, Ioane, Monty Ioane that is, coming up on Rieko Ioane there, flying out of that line, putting pressure on and physicality at the same time.
You can't watch the All Blacks play in front of you. You can't allow them to run at you. So they've got to continue that through the course of 80 minutes. When teams have created history against the All Blacks, it's about forcing the All Blacks to make errors and mistakes. And Italy, they need to keep fighting through that. They need to keep getting organised on that phase play defence, recovering when the All Blacks get momentum. You do that, all of a sudden you give yourself a great opportunity to force the error, as we've seen there.
And the free kick for Italy, and Martin Pajrello goes quickly. Nato Brex pops the ball away for his 5'8" Galbizi, and inside All Blacks territory they march again. Vincent hard into contact as the All Blacks now having to make a few tackles on the halfway line. From the group goes low. Oh, untidy pass back to Paulo Galbizi, and the referee's whistle comes. On those 15 tests since '87, Italy have only managed to keep the All Blacks under 40 points on 2 occasions, both of those in 2009. Did play a non-cap match back in 1979, which the All Blacks won 18-12, but this is a close first half here. It's the All Blacks by 4. Will be restored to the full complement in 90 seconds.
Well, key here is field position and scrum time. They are down a man. That scrum has been solid. You've got left and right options. Yeah, see, look, Anton Lienert-Brown. He has come onto the side of the scrum. Doesn't look. Artie Savia there at the back, so they are 8-minute scrum time. It just shows the Italians last week against Georgia. They were down 17-6, and probably by their standards, not a great game that they played. They came back and won that game. A real litmus test around who deserves to be in the Six Nations. That's a big conversation between those two nations, but it just shows how teams lift against the All Blacks, what it means to play the All Blacks. We heard the coach Casada talk about it before the game, how important this fixture is.
And often they haven't. Last year it was ultimately a knockout game at the Rugby World Cup, and they didn't deliver, they didn't front. Whereas the mindset clearly is right here. Conditions may be helping just a little bit, but also inaccuracy, ill-discipline from the All Blacks, inviting Italy into the game.
12 out from half-time here at the Allianz Stadium. Stadium in full voice, capacity crowd. A good scrum from Italy. And they win the penalty too. They talk about a statement early on in the test. Jeff Wilson, there's one for the Italians.
Well, very interesting when you've got a midfield back on the side of the scrum. You're going for a penalty, whether or not they're thinking they can still get dominance through that left side. But Ethan de Groot penalised for just changing his angle, not keeping straight, then lifting up. And we talk about pressure. Now, the All Blacks will have to absorb some, but back to the full complement.
That's just concentration through that scrum there. It's handy having Scott Barrett, but there again, another error. And back into Italian territory. You can see it on that side through that loose head. De Groot's had to adjust. Well, show that. So they should smile.
Casey sends it in, but it's worked out for the All Blacks. A few issues at line-out time. Ethan de Groot gladly receives it for Cam Roigard, who sends it up with the left boot, floating high and hanging for Clark and Capuzzo, who wants it. Charging through is Cody Taylor. The first knock-on has come from Italy.
For me, yes.
Very, very cold conditions throughout the week in this northern Italian city.
We go out of the train, we see that.
Really pretty good conditions, pretty dry conditions to play Test rugby in.
Quickly, please.
There's no excuses for either of these sides. I mean, quite often, Ben, and you could attest to this, is that sometimes in the cold, you don't tend to get as fatigued anywhere near as much. You know, you sort of hold your breath, whereas when you get into the heat, that's when you start to get into that zone where at this time of the game, you may be feeling it a little bit, but there hasn't been a lot of rugby. There hasn't been a period of 60, 70 seconds of continuous play. Can the All Blacks now find that phase play that they need? Some quick ball over the advantage line, because Italy have been their match in terms of stopping momentum.
Here's another example. This is perfect for the Italians. It just slows the game down, to your point, Jeff, just taking away that momentum where the All Blacks excel in. When there's some broken play, we saw Roigard's tries off broken play. That's where he's taking them apart. This one here just going down at scrum time. That's on Ethan de Groot's side. He's up against Riccione out of the Saracens club on this tight head for Italy, but it's perfect for them, slowing it down.
Gonzalo Quesada, 38 caps for Argentina. 96 to 2003 was the top point scorer for the Pumas in 1999 Rugby World Cup, and doing a good job at his first year in charge of Italy. Off the back comes Artie Savia, looking for Beauden. Barrett, little short pass and keeping it alive beautifully. Rico Ioane for Caleb Clark, taken down in the tackle of Manuel Zuliani. Here's Barrett offloading a little short ball for Setiti again. All Blacks looking for a second try as Patrick Tuipolotu is ridden to ground by Gianmarco Lucchesi, an Italian hooker. Again, goes the other way, the All Blacks. This time it's Will Jordan. He's trying to cut away through. Going to get over the ball again. Italy doing a brilliant job of it. And the turnover made. Tommaso Meroncello, the second 5'8" out of Benetton. Brilliant work and strength over the ball.
Use it!
So Italy diffuse another likely attacking raid from the All Blacks. It's Bajrello for Gabizi. Again, the kick pass this time across to the other wing of Jacopo Trulli, but it hasn't worked out. As though for Caleb Clark, they'll try and spark something on the counter-attack. They've got the knock-on advantage, the All Blacks. And so Mark Telea will play halfback out the back door. Beauden, Barrett, lovely short ball. Setiti running onto it at pace. Links up for Will Jordan. Oh, brilliant tackle. Monty Ioane still alive for New Zealand. Setiti, oh dear. Just breaks down. Promising signs from the All Blacks, but the Italians scramble.
What a tackle. Monty Ioane, how often would you expect Will Jordan to score here? And that was a beautiful time pass from Beauden Barrett to Wallace Setiti in this gas. The angle was good though for Ioane. And then this maybe lack of patience, yes, out the back of the hand, just needed to be popped up. But there was plenty of support inside as well.
Yeah, there were three All Blacks waiting there. I don't think that pass, as we see this brilliant tackle from Ioane, this pass didn't need to go. The offload was there. This one here, out of the back of the right hand, there was Telea there waiting. They could have recycled, and there is head coach Scott Robinson. But again, another moment to the Italians, another way they get energy out of the game. You saw the crowd after that moment on their feet, cheering their team on.
Yeah, and that's when a home side really can get their crowd into it, because you're denying the opposition. It's as valuable as it is scoring points, because it's all about momentum shifts and the sense of frustration. If you feel as though you should have scored points and you haven't, right now the All Blacks are in that point. They are frustrated because they haven't had many opportunities, and when you lose and miss one, and it's been their Achilles heel in 2024, missed red zone chances.
Well, we see a difference in body language between the two sides as well at the moment. You see Will Jordan, when he was turned over, there's a bit of head down. There's frustration seeking in. Conversely, the Italians, their body language, they are up, they are pumping each other on. They believe.
Well, sure, they've got some players back this week, but what a turnaround for Italy. They trailed Georgia 17-6 at halftime last week. And now just trailing New Zealand by 4 here in Turin. Bajrello go down the short side again. He takes it in. Looking for a bit of space to clear. At the feet of Federico Ruza. Under the other big lock forward, and Dino Lamb, the man out of the Harlequins club. His 9th cap tonight.
Use it!
Back it comes. And the kick made. Holo Gabizi.
Stop! Stop! Stop here.
So they've done so well defensively this first half, you have to say. The Italians should have missed a few tackles, but they've certainly made some, and here's one of them. The man, Monty Ioane, formerly played for Tasman and Bay of Plenty, and who started his professional career 10 years ago, heading over as an 18-year-old to join his uncle Digby Ioane, a former Wallaby at Stade de France, and here he is up against the All Blacks in a tight contest, 5 minutes from half-time. Taylor, oh, just can't take it cleanly. The All Blacks captain.
Second white. Scrum white.
So it's a knock-on there from Barrett. It's gone through his hands. Timing not quite right. About the next 4 minutes for Italy, just absolutely critical. Stating the obvious, but for so many reasons, because if they'd said to themselves, we are down by just 4 points at halftime to the All Blacks, they'd be more than happy. They'd be ecstatic. So that's something they can build on. This is a critical exit for me, Ben.
Yeah, they'll need a very powerful scrum here. They'll need the feed to be right. And it's Pargello, his combination with Lucchesi at hooker. And that ball back to Vincent, the number 8. Then their options are open, but you're right, they must exit well.
All Blacks applying a bit of pressure as Vincent comes off the back. Real scrap for the ball. Martin Pargello plays it away to his lock forward. And Lamb, who goes in again to clean. They brought a physical edge tonight, Italy, without question. And it's got them out of some trouble here late in this first half as Pargello kicks high as Mark Telea looked to take it. What's the call here?
That's Italian ball. Has to be. It's come off Telea, hasn't it?
Looked like to me, yes. Hit the ground, come off Telea, it's gone into touch.
Touche au black, c'est ça, Ludo?
No.
Cody Taylor and the All Blacks with the line out. Good take. Wallace Satiti has Telea in centre field. Sam Kane crashing onto it. Good physical play by Kane once more. There's Barrett on the charge. Roigard again. He's been busy in this opening 40 minutes. Patrick Tuipulotu. What a return he's had to the All Black jersey. Will Jordan in space. Slicing through. Will Jordan looking for support in Lienert-Brown. It's there for Cam Roigard, the little dummy. Ioane making a good tackle on the All Black halfback as Kane presents it back again. Lienert-Brown. All Blacks looking for a second try.
Advantage offside.
To punctuate this first half. They've got an advantage to work with. The Italians offside to Lea.
6. Give it back.
Seb Negri's the man who's been pinged. Roigard looks away left. There it is for Will Jordan. Well, he's threatened all half. And Will Jordan has his 38th test try.
The All Blacks finally able to breach outside that defensive line. And then the accuracy, a little bit of patience, a little bit of penalty advantage, and then the ability to find a couple of holes in on the defensive line, and the All Blacks have scored. I talked about that momentum shift. Could Italy survive to half-time, Ben? They haven't made it.
Well, finally put together. That's right, ball out in front. They were a bit more patient. A couple of options that they took could have been undone, but ultimately just ran out of numbers on defence.
Beauden Barrett adds the extras. The try to Will Jordan, the second of this first half for the All Blacks. And after losing their captain, Scott Barrett, for 10, this is how they round out the first half in Turin.
And a good line from Rico Ioane as well. He pulled in 2 defenders there. And it was Garbisi at 10 who ended up biting in there that opened the hole for Will Jordan.
Extraordinary strike rate, 41st test, 38th try for Will Jordan. Garbisi once more to Lea, knocks it back to Tyrell Lomax. And Cam Roigard says that'll do. An absorbing first half of Test rugby here at the Allianz Stadium in Turin. But at half-time, it is the All Blacks who lead Italy by 17 points to 6.
Hoki Maiano, welcome back. Look at the stadium in all its glory, the home of Juventus, football giants around the world. This is it, the final 40 minutes of the year for the All Blacks. It's time for a big push, leaving no stone unturned, and the fans are satisfied for the season. They lead by 11. Let's see what the assistant coach, Jason Holland, has to say.
Jace, Italy have come out firing today. Was there any discussion on changing tactics in that first half?
Not really. We knew what we were going to get. We knew it was a bit greasy. We knew they'd be flying off the line and playing with lots of passion. So we just got to get more accurate and, we've really got to earn it. And it started to see in the last 10 minutes that when we earn a bit of go forward, we can get them behind them, but we can't overplay.
Any other key messages heading into the second?
We're talking around our carry height, talking around getting bodies down, and that'll speed up our ball and create a bit more space for us.
Last test of the year, was there any special messages?
Oh, look, we just want a performance, At the end of it, we'll talk around, the boys that are leaving, but the performance we want is what we want to see in this next 40.
All the best.
Thanks. Thank you. Cheers.
Well, Italy came back from 17-6 down last week against Georgia to win by 3 points. And so the final 40 minutes of the All Blacks and Italy's season. As Beauden Barrett gets the second half underway here in Turin. And trying to climb through and grab it as Will Jordan, but Hunch Kaputo does a good job under some pressure. As Seb Negri, the blindside flanker, takes it to ground just outside of Italy's 22. Azzurri sends it high once more, testing high ball for the All Blacks. And the penalty goes to the way of Italy. Rico Ioane has been penalised.
Rico Ioane got caught in two minds. Just talked about it at half-time about which way to go in terms of where the ball was landing. And so he ended up obstructing, and perfect start for Italy in an area that the All Blacks just haven't managed to master in a short period of time. And to strike first, just watch it. He ends up stepping into a player. So frustrating, but in that case, I think fair. Absolutely.
Well, obstruction, got on the way there, but it is tough, isn't it, for the All Blacks now. The Italians walking in here, line out time, in perfect field position again.
Down the back it goes for Negri once more. It's an obstruction call to start the test. One early here in the second half. And it's Italy right on the All Blacks 22. And Ignacio Brex, the man known as Nacho Brex, captaining Italy for the first time tonight.
Ball out.
And the ball is out, says Pierre Brousset, the referee. So the All Blacks snap it up. And the ball is cleared away downfield into the arms of Ange Capozzo, who looks to take them on, passes away to Jacopo Trulli. 12th appearance tonight, the man from Zebre. Scrappy ball at the breakdown, and it's come forward. A frustrating start to the second half for Italy, and All Blacks will have the first scrum.
It's been really unclean at the breakdown for both sides, really. It's good work from Taylor there, but just the play on the ground not being accurate enough. Here's the kick from Beauden Barrett.
Really good turnover from Marty Savia, just picking the opportunity when to go in. And that time some competition at breakdown.
Remember, good angle from you.
Hearing Jason Holland, All Black coach at halftime, talking about the All Blacks not overplaying. That's the risk of their game coming in, the pressure they're under. They start to overplay and start to panic. But they want good carry height, we talked about, and that will give them their speed. But first scrum, they started this test so well at scrum time, 2 penalties. Second half.
Again, the All Blacks getting good leverage, and the advantage too, as Cam Roigard looks to make the most of it. Good run from the halfback inside of Italy's territory. Now charging on Wallace Setiti. Yeah, Rousset playing the advantage. None will come, so he'll march back again. Another win for the All Blacks at scrum time. His first appearance, Ethan de Groot up against the Italian tight head from Saracens, Marco Riccioni.
Well, solid work from the front row. They gain their body height. And of course, an 8-man scrum there. Patrick Tuipulotu. He is behind Tyrell Lomax, the tight head lock. Scott Barrett driving them forward, but their body height is good. And Artie Savia's control at the back. Take nothing away from him there. That is not an easy skill. He's held that ball in, and that penalty has given them this opportunity line-out time. Short line-out.
Come on, Jimmy, thank you. Time back on.
There's some changes in the front row, Ben. As the All Blacks will take the line out. Satiti looked to win it, but it was won by the Italians and Federico Ruza. So just breaking down on the 22 as the All Blacks look to set the platform. Negri will lay it back for Page Rello.
Use it. No, vous pouvez. Two.
And he qualifies for Italy through his grandparents, born in France, and kicking through. Work to do for Cody Taylor as the little halfback makes the tackle on the All Blacks. Hooking out to Leah, looking to split his way through, does a brilliant job. He's got Satiti and Taylor with him. Cody Taylor looks to play it back on the inside. Excellent break from Mark Telea, but the referee's whistle goes.
Yeah, the work from Cody Taylor initially, and the penalties, because it's gone off an All Black player to another All Black player in front of a knock-on. Great line break, but just another time that the All Blacks have pierced through. Looks as though they might be looking at something. Game's just come to a stop for a moment.
Chemo call. Want to show me a full play by 5 black.
Yes.
I'm in front of the screen.
Okay, footage is coming. Yeah, that one.
We're taking a look here at TMO at the actions of Patrick Tuipulotu, I think.
Okay, let's go. So the footage is coming. So number 5, black. You have a contact to the head on the ball carrier. Number 6, white.
Tuipulotu into
so
the Italian blindside flanker, Sebastian Negri.
Contact.
I'm starting at the local and going back with mitigation.
Well, lowering players going into contact. Patrick Tuipulotu probably hasn't quite got low enough. Really hard one though, because the first contact point is either going to be shoulder or head.
Mitigation from
this is yellow
previous tackle
territory.
Dynamic, so I will go for penalty.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Okay, so you don't want to
well, we see a lot of it though.
The degree of danger.
No, I've got 2 tackles involved, so for me it's not either just a penalty against 5 because there is 2
penalty against 5s.
Yeah.
It would be easy
on the 22s
to go to the letter of the law and start talking about this contact, but for me, low level of danger, low real of impact.
Penalty against 5 is not
I think it's an excellent call.
Yeah, agreed.
He's seen another player in there.
Tackle from your player, so it's a mitigation, just a penalty against 5. No, not bad enough.
C'est à 22 mètres et 20 mètres de la touche.
So Patrick Tuipulotu stays on the park, just the penalty after the contact with Seb Negri.
We get so used to yellow cards in this area, so it's just almost nature habit to assume that's where it will go, but that is excellent refereeing.
I think we can get a sense which direction the TMO is going.
So Italy over the back, Lucchesi passes in as Tommaso Cello runs onto it hard. The Six Nations Player of the Year for the Azzurri. Pajarello can't get around the All Black captain. He's tackled behind the advantage line is Ange Capozzo, as he so often does. Breaks the line for Italy, floats the ball across to Montijuani. Good strong carry forward as Capozzo looks to put a little ball through again. The man who started it picks up and goes again. Crowd come to life here in Turin. Italy searching for their first try. All Blacks confrontational defence holding. They're going to suck a few players in. There it is for Ruza. Italy again, Negri. He's got his eyes up. Lucchesi with him. Vincent, the number 8. He takes them on. A few metres short here for Sketty. They've got a penalty advantage to work with. Pajarello Pops it across for Ruza, very close. Lamb for the line. It's right there for Italy, but he'll come back for the penalty. Excellent build-up, and what about the work from their fullback out of Toulouse, Ange Capozzo.
Broken play, the All Blacks benefited from it in the first half. Italy and their players trying to bring the crowd into it. Some outstanding goal line defence, but also that threat of Ange Capozzo. When the game breaks down, there is no substitute for speed. The All Blacks will be happy for a reset here in terms of their defence, Ben, because it's being tested right now, and this is pivotal in terms of momentum in this game.
Well, they found the mismatch on the left-hand side. Capozzo going through. Here is the replacement front rower, Simone Ferrari, in jersey 18.
Lucchesi sends it to the front. Vincent takes, and it's in the arms of Sebastian Negri. Pajarello aims up for his hooker. Kainan, Tuipulotu making the tackle front on. Now Dino Lamb, strong in the carry. All Blacks taken down 6 metres out from their goal line. Negri again. Another tackle from Patrick Tuipulotu. Adi Savi looks to get hands on the ball, and he's told to leave by the referee. Pajarello once more. Zuliani. All Blacks defence holding for the time being. Monty Ioane. He'll be hard to stop in the corner. Pajarello again for Vincent. Lucchesi picks and goes and just runs in to some strong defence from Savia. Looking for the maul turnover, but they've got an advantage. Italy once more, and the penalty. And they have to be careful here, the All Blacks. He wants a chat.
Discipline. Another penalty. The All Blacks have already...
Next one could be a yellow card. Offside, bad timing, early move. Ball was still in, he moved forward.
Is our ruck pressure okay for the tackle? It's a tackle that part of the ball carry, just that late.
Yeah, but if you want to be rewarded for contest, tackle has to leave first.
Okay.
Just emphasising Scott Barrett, just asking the question about the All Black player trying to get on the ball and getting clarity around whether what they're doing right now is legal. But it was Tyrell Lomax, I think, who just got off the line, tried to jump the gun.
Yeah, just his timing, Tyrell Lomax. But you're right, Adi Savia, he's been over the ball a couple of times asking the question. Rico Ioane a few phases back as well, so Scott Barrett, right to ask the question. Just try and slow it down. Look at this crowd. They're getting in behind. They're telling CF the All Blacks can hold them out.
Lamb takes it down for Italy. It's locked in the back. Gianmarco Lucchesi. One call told to use, they do. Brex, the captain. Strong tackle on him by Anton Lienert-Brown, told to release. It's another penalty, and there's the yellow card too. He warned them. Second yellow card for the All Blacks, and they lose Anton Lienert-Brown.
Understand what Anton Lienert-Brown was thinking at this point, because initially he and Mark Telea were thinking about trying to hold the player up in the air. Just watch the tackle here. They're saying, keep thinking to themselves, keep him up, keep him up, keep him up. When he goes to ground, he has to release the player. Such a hard decision to make when you're on the ball. But when you're under a warning, Ben, probably not worth the risk.
Yeah, well, the intent was right, as you mentioned as well. And there's another player involved, of course. Ignacio Brex, he's there as well. He's spinning. He's trying to get the ball back too. So there are multiple factors to that. And here are some substitutions here. It is Cody Taylor. He is making his way off an Ethan de Groot. So there is a Safo Mua in jersey 16. And Ofa Tongafasi in jersey 17.
So the All Blacks freshening up the forward pack, looking for a bit of bomb squad impact with 30 minutes to play here in Turin. As the Italians start to believe. Lamb takes it down again. Yep, Rousset just getting in the way of Vincent, who joins in on the effort. So too Monty Ioane. All Blacks looking to keep them at bay for the time being.
They break away.
A little breakaway, says the referee, so they keep it moving forward here, Italy. Down it goes. And it's brilliant defensive work from New Zealand.
Unplayable, Scrum Black.
Immediate impact.
Yes.
Safo Amua. It was well defended across the pack. And the cavalry arrived as well from the Italians. Menoncello getting involved, Brex involved too, as there's another substitution. And that's what they want from this bench, the Italians also. So Tupou in jersey 19, he's on for Patrick Tuipulotu. And the Italians making their substitutions as well. Nicole Canone in jersey 19.
So Federico Ruza will take his seat. His 59th cap tonight. Just last week with a rib injury. So the changes from Gonzalo Quesada, Gianmarco Lucchesi. What a 51 minutes he had. Fresh changes in both tight fives. It's the experienced Niccolò Canone and the Italian second row. Another of these Benetton players, 7 players from the club on Italy's bench. Nicotera, a lone player from Stade Francais.
Set.
Looking to make an immediate impact at scrum time, and they've got the penalty to boot.
Angle.
Well, you called it, Ben Castle. Fresh legs on the park. The All Blacks needed it, and they got what they wanted.
And the best way to relieve pressure is to be able to do it set-piece time. So you go from set-piece to set-piece with the chance to have possession. And here's this work on more. Tuangafasi, he's had an outstanding season in the black jersey, Ben.
Yeah, across those front row, the whole pack is working really well. Their impact, we talk about the 23-player game that it is, how important the bench is, but also how they need to exit as well without Anton Lienert-Brown there. It does put pressure on how they do get out, so the perfect result.
Safu Almoa sends in Tupu Vai as Kane plays away. And Cam Roigard popping it up for Adi Savia. Now looking for the kick downfield. Centre of the Allianz Stadium, Monty Ioane claims the mark.
So the challenge here for Italy is they're down 11 points. So they have to play as he kicks long. It's how they generate points throughout the second half.
Roigard, one of the 2 All Black try scorers in the test, along with Will Jordan, as Barrett sends it high, looking to take his own ball. Capozzo goes down in contact, nothing doing, says the referee. It's carted forward by Ferrari. Simone Ferrari. Azzurri just slipping back as he made contact with the clearance. Doesn't look good. Martin Pagerello. Ross Vincent lays it back. Here's Niccolò Canone, the big man. In his 47th appearance.
Good contest. Look on you.
Just a slight knock on from the All Blacks. So Italy will have the scrum feed.
Number 3, substitution.
What's this man thinking? Gonzalo Quesada. It's been such a good season when you look across the board for this Italian side and what he's done. What a scalp this would be tonight.
What they've been really good at is their work in the air. We've seen it from Ange Capuzzo, just receiving, and their contesting position. That's from Trula. So ultimately controlling the air is a pivotal part of your performance, and they've done that really well. The All Blacks have gone for more impact in terms of the fact we've seen Fletcher Newell come on, as have a change at halfback. Garbisi comes up for Pedrello. So as I go back to Ben, how do Italy find a way? They're down 11 points to generate points.
Well, they need the ball. They've got to be patient with the ball to start with. They've got to play in the right areas. So when they have set piece, they've been under a bit of pressure. They just go back to what they're doing well. Keep that physicality, but the variation to the game well. So the aerial battle, which you're talking about, wow, and that's how they're not going to get points. Some of the discipline at set piece, you bring in some new players off the bench. Yeah, so they've just lost their weight there. And it's perfect for the All Blacks. They're in the right area.
Control the key here for New Zealand. Anton Lienert-Brown in the bin as Barrett sends it high, chasing through Clark. Kaputso, easy enough to claim the mark. Just a little too deep. Sam Cane was chasing through as well. Good clearance downfield as Will Jordan looks to take them on. Taken down on the tackle of the new man on the park, Alessandro Garbisi, the younger brother of Polo. Italy's first 5'8", as Alsafo Aumua. Strong carry just shy of the halfway line. That's the Titi. Once more, tackle made, Italy release. And some slow ball once again for Cam Roigard. Real scrap for it to try and free it. Newell and Alsafo Aumua wait. Italy have been pinged here, no arms in the tackle. So Beauden Barrett looks to take full advantage over the top. Lovely take, Will Jordan. Look to find Satiti on the outside. Back it goes for Scott Barrett. His brother Beauden hunting around for some options. Sends the kick across to the right wing of Mark Telea. And to touch it goes.
No 50-20. Where is the mark try?
So that connection between those two players, they're forever looking for it, particularly off penalty advantage.
19 white. No arms tackle.
They're going back for the no arms tackle from Nicolo Canoni.
19.
Well, expectation now would be
just make sure you don't
hold on to this ball as the substitutions more look to be coming into this game. It's been taxing. The Italians have thrown plenty at the All Blacks, put them under all sorts of pressure. So this goes deep. Alsafo Aumua, he's new onto the park.
Okay. Time off, substitution.
More substitutions for the Italians.
23 minutes remain. All Blacks 3 away from being restored again after their second yellow card. Vai takes it down. It's there. With Alsafo Aumua. He's taken in the tackle of Giacomo Nicotera. Second to build, coming off his wing, as he so often does, Caleb Clark. Real scrap for the ball here, brilliant work. Italy over it. It's a huge turnover.
And big moment for TJ Perenara coming on in his final test. You would assume in an All Black jersey he led the haka. His experience is desperately needed right now because it's the All Blacks, Ben, that are under pressure, not able to generate their game, not able to play their game, conceding yellow cards. Italy are in the fight.
Well, look how that's changed here, this statistic in particular. Italy, they flew out with a lot of penalties, and well, New Zealand now 10 against them, but you're right, a great moment. TJ Perenara, his experience will be needed. He's a try scorer. He's resilient and he's tough. That's what they'll need now.
He's helped the All Blacks close out a number of tests as Nicotera and Italy through Negri. Had a solid game, hasn't he? His 50th start tonight. There's Alessandro Garbisi. Plays it up for Ross Vincent, looking for some quick play to switch the other way for the Azzurri. Busy once more. Looks for Seb Negri. Good front on contact from TJ Perenara.
Use it! 2!
Oh, lovely work coming through to charge the kick. Wallace Satiti.
You play the ball with your hand.
Just pressure the clearance, high fives. And they can feed off this, the All Blacks. Tense times here in Turin.
Yeah, well anticipated. Good
It's
technique
okay.
coming down towards where the ball's getting contacted from. Quite often players keep their hands high in the air. You need to come down to shut down that space.
More substitutions on the way for Italy. That's not going to help. Now look at Tupou Vai. They know they can feed off this. We've seen the impact the replacements have made in that tight five for the All Blacks as we enter the final quarter.
See over the back here, so that's good pressure as well. Satiti, the defensive line out's been outstanding. Then look at this right shoulder, bang, there you go. Safar Moore, his impact off the bench this season's been outstanding, and when he's been starting, and good as well. That looks, the All Blacks, well, they're very close to back to a full complement. Anton Lienert-Brown, his yellow card time is up.
Certainly sounds like a football city. They didn't like the contact. Shoulder on shoulder.
Yep. So used to watching the likes of Alessandro Del Piero, Zinedine Zidane. Tonight it's the stars of world rugby who grace this turf, this hallowed turf, and the All Blacks have an advantage off the scrum. TJ Perenara away for Telea, drops it onto the right boot as Ange Capozzo says, let's get it out of here.
He timed that beautifully off the ground, didn't he? That's about 50 rows back.
We need to fix the problem of the scrum. New tight head is angling. The angle is not good when he's under pressure. Next time he will go to the bin. I'll talk to the hooker. You can talk to the hooker.
What do you think about that, Ben? Where, like you say, a new player's come on who's been put under pressure collectively, not individually, collectively the scrum, and he's now on a warning. One more penalty for the All Blacks. They get back to 15 on 15. Your sense around that, Ben, when you're coming off the bench?
But it's well executed from the All Blacks. They've made a plan there around scrum time. Safar Moore, Fletcher Newell, off Tonga Fassi. They've made a target of their player, and it's tough now. There's a picture in the referee's mind. I mean, the scrum penalties, there are 5 against Italy. So there is enough of a picture there to warrant more investigation by the referee around why it's going wrong. It's really tough what you choose to do as the Italian front row when you're under that sort of pressure. And Damien McKenzie onto the park. In jersey 23, Caleb Clark.
Time back on.
Takes his way to the bench.
Good night for Caleb Clark, injected himself well off of his wing. As Moore sends in for Satiti. Have to get a roll on again. 19 minutes to play here in the northern Italian city of Turin. Adi Salvia has his eyes up, looking for more meters. Perenara, hands on it. Away it goes. The All Blacks through McKenzie, looking to step off the left. Brushes off the first tackler and breaks the Italian captain. Perenara for Satiti. The All Blacks looking to build once more inside of the 22. Crucial moments here in the test. Telea trying to rip the ball away as Ross Vincent once more. Had a strong game over at Nicotera, told to leave though, very close for the reserve hooker. And Italy is Newell. His first appearance since Japan. As the All Blacks go to work again. Lovely ball out the back from Kane. Now Barrett. McKenzie shifting on to Leah. Trying to wade through. Paulo Gabizi makes a good tackle on the All Black wing. There's McKenzie. Floats it across very flat to Sam Kane. The referee says play on Azzurri. We get some more minutes in the All Black jersey in his 30th test. Now Beauden Barrett looking to break through the line. Good tackle on him. Nicotera. McKenzie still on here for the All Blacks. and Jordan looking for a second try. Kane, excellent sustained build-up from New Zealand as Havili waits once more. Real test of the Italy defence now. The All Blacks just 10 out. Excellent low tackle, Garbisi once more as Perenara 13 phases. And on Moore will look to punch away forward.
Advantage,
they have an advantage too. He's caught the Italians for a high tackle as Ofa Tongafasi
advantage.
Lays it back for Perenara again, looks down the short side, little kick through. Montione chasing back, so too Garbisi. He looks to have maybe tweaked a hamstring, but after multiple phases of good All Black rugby, Jeff Wilson, we go back for the penalty.
Cody Taylor from the stands asking for a scrum because he knows the pressure they're under. Look, this is resolute defence. They've scrambled well,
17.
the Azzurri, but the All Blacks haven't managed to find a way in the second half to breach this defence. Now, ill discipline is certainly contributing to that.
Opposite side. Opposite side. You want to scrum?
Well, it's 14 really strong phases and 14 phases of good defence until they infringed. Look at the tackles made there. They've had to make plenty, but they've gained energy through making those tackles. So the dominant tackles is the key at the bottom there, because they have stopped the All Blacks' momentum. And just the infringement there as Mirko Spaniolo is on in jersey 17.
Make sure stay straight.
And some big defence there.
We go. Please, come on.
Well, Tyrell Lomax has been a cornerstone once more of the All Black scrum tonight. In a moment now, just to pay our respects for Kenna Reid, Tyrell's grandfather, who passed away at the age of 87 yesterday in Wainuiomata. Our thoughts and condolences
Which number?
with the whānau.
Okay. Number 5, HA 5.
So 15 to play. Changes coming thick and fast for Italy. And a big scrum coming up here for the All Blacks.
Well, Ruza back on Federico. Ruza back on Dino Lamb in jersey 5. There's an HIA. He makes his way off. This is big now. It's 25 minutes of good defence. Same scoreline.
Crouch. Bang. Set.
All Blacks looking for that third try. It might just give them that breathing space they need to remain undefeated against Italy. They've got an advantage. Can't take it off the bootlaces. Havili. And perhaps looking to play a bit of football at the home of Juventus, Mark Telea. Knew he had the advantage. And so we'll come back. And now it's Italy who've been handed the yellow card.
Standing up. And roll scrum.
Samini Ferrari
And roll.
under a lot of pressure at scrum time. The referee had warned them. Now, so they will have to take another player off. They'll need to make sure they've got a full front row.
Okay.
So when the next scrum is called, which you would guess would be right now.
No doubt. I think if you put in context to where Italy were last year to where they are this year, a year later, and you go, the contest that they've managed to bring to the All Blacks is what they've done. The fact the All Blacks have had to rely heavily on their scrum in this game is a mark of respect to Italy. The All Blacks have had to use it as a weapon. As Peter Lakai is injected into the game, he was outstanding last weekend. But I think, to me, Ben, and that's for Sam Cane. And Jeff, Ben, I mean, this is, you know, one of our most respected players, I would think, after a remarkable 2024 and getting a beautiful hand from the crowd. They have been aware of his impact on the game.
Yeah, outstanding servant. 27 tests as captain.
15.
And he makes his way off, another Centurion.
15.
He's so battle tough in there. Look at that. A good smile on his face too. A real test of resilience and leadership, that man in the number 7.
What a difference a year can make.
What a moment. So John Kirwan is on his feet. Sam Cane, 104th test. His final moment on the field as an All Black. Debut back in 2012. The full set of Rugby World Cup medals. The gold, of course, in 2015. He signs off on what has been a remarkable career in the black jersey. There's still 14 minutes to play as the All Blacks look for a try against a 14-man Italian side now that could just close down the test. Perenara away for Barrett. Little short pass of Vili. Brett's good tackle. Azzurri, Salvia into Vincent, who looks to rip the ball away again. So TT loads up.
Advantage offside.
Another advantage offside against Italy. Perenara digs in. He's getting the call down the blind side. Peter Lakai has his hand up. Now Ioane. Oh, across for Telea. Can't reel it in.
Offside.
But he was playing an advantage for offside.
Seven offside.
Zuliani is the man who's been penalised.
I really do think the All Blacks will be disappointed in terms of their skill execution in this game when they've had multiple opportunities inside the Italian 22, and under penalty advantage they've been really sloppy. They haven't been prepared to go phase after phase. They haven't been accurate in their carries. They've enabled the pressure that Italy have brought to just build and build and build. And just there you see them rushing, trying to force it rather than actually just working for it.
I think they've been surprised, haven't they, by the way Italy have played. Was there some complacency? I mean, we'll never know, but the Italians have played very well in this game, taken the All Blacks' rhythm away. This is a key scrum here, really hard to defend both sides of the scrum.
Use it.
Perenara going to come off the back. Xavier for his halfback. Beauden, Barrett floats the ball away to Jordan, back on the inside. They're looking to keep it alive. Perenara is letting Pierre Brousset know what he thinks about it.
Okay. Time off.
And they're going to check here.
We will check if there is a deliberate act by Italy throwing the ball outside or not. Or if the ball touch the head.
Looking at a deliberate act.
Okay, we look at the action of the number 13 white.
Here's the offloading.
So the first thing, the 15 black is not in touch.
Not in touch,
okay.
agree.
Oh, I don't think he's played it on purpose. It's a falcon.
Touches the ball with the head.
Okay.
You're not doing that on purpose. I don't care anyone says.
So no,
I mean, another brilliant tackle from Ioane. Look at him come across here. He made a brilliant one the first half. Low, fast. No, there's nothing deliberate there.
Okay. Not deliberate. I've got a decision. Scrum black. Scrum.
Certainly doesn't relieve any pressure from Italy in regards to where they are on the park, because he's knocked it dead in goal.
Your point about execution before, bang on.
Will Jordan in space has to wait for the ball to arrive, maybe a little bit wide. Waiting for it to bounce. Another change being made.
Bring your feet closer.
Alessandro Iziko, the Benetton club, a big enforcer. We'll need all of his impact in loose forward areas in jersey 20.
First appearance of the Autumn Nations Series for a man who is so hard to contain, playing for Benetton in the United Rugby Championship.
Boom! No. There is no space. There is no space.
What's the best way, Ben? You going penalty try, you've got them under all sorts of pressure. And is that something, when I say resort to, you're going flat yes. You just go,
That's the next option for the referee, really, the picture here. They're 5 metres out, they're going for this.
So backs have got hands in pockets, just keeping their hands warm, just going, you boys go to work.
Well, it depends on the strike as well, and Aris Javier's control.
Set! 9.
5 metre scrum for TJ Perenara and the All Blacks to work with. Big shunt coming here. Havili away for Ioane. Now Beauden, Barrett floats the ball to Leo. Mark Telea scores! And is that the try that keeps New Zealand's unbeaten run against Italy alive in Turin?
It's taken until the 70th minute for the All Blacks to get the job done in Turin. You just mentioned it. Suggests the game now beyond the Italians.
Okay.
But the work and the advantage. Interesting, the referee put his arm out for advantage towards the Italian side.
Okay, try is good. Knock on my
try has been given.
Can I have it?
But ultimately the All Blacks have done what they needed to do, but it has not been easy.
Thanks, John.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, the ball there, the intent may have been to keep that ball at the back of the scrum. But out it came, and they executed in the end. It has been a tough test match to round out the year.
Most difficult kick of the night for Beauden. Barrett continues a flawless night off the tee. 13th try of Mark Telea's test career back in the side tonight. And it's probably one of the most important.
Yeah, a little bit clunky as we saw there, but it's just that work from Barrett, the awareness, the quick pick-up, knowing that Telea was in space.
So 9 to play as it comes forward. Vai can't take it cleanly for New Zealand, so Giacomo Nicotera lays it down and off they go. Monte Ioane has been outstanding tonight for Italy. Nicolo Canone is driven back. He's a big man. Behind the advantage line, Italy. He'll come back though. Yeah, Bruce. I think you'd have to say Ben Castle. Some pretty good officiating tonight from the referee times.
Really accurate and really clear as well, and happy to make a decision and stick with that decision. And there we see the kick-off there. That's after you're scoring points, you must nail those. Just another little bit of pressure. As we see here, that ball comes out. This is the try here as it comes off the Italian player Barrett at pace, and then his execution of that pass flat and hard. And Telea was the third try of the autumn internationals. There is a substitution for Italy. Jacopo Trulla, who's made his way off from the wing. Marco Zanon in jersey 23. Another one out of Benetton.
Crouch! Burn! Set!
Well, the half-time score was 17-6. It remained that way for the longest of times in the second half. As now the All Blacks with just over 7 to play, and Mackenzie look to turn it on again. Good chase coming through. Barrett and Savia alongside Mackenzie, looking to clean through once more on the ball.
Use it now!
And Italy scramble back. Ezekor pops it up for Negri.
Use it!
I talked about those close defeats in 2009, keeping the All Blacks under 40. At the 1991 World Cup, New Zealand won 31 points to 21. There's a marked turnaround for the Italians after scrambling to get back and beat Georgia last week.
Out of 15.
There's Telea and Arveli now into Vincent. Direct once more from Wallace Setiti. Safar Moore looked to charge onto it, just overran it, so Barrett takes them on himself, looks to play the ball away for Peter Lakai. He's strong in the tackle of Canone. Way again for Scott Barrett. Now Mackenzie, little flat ball, Setiti. Good tackle on him by Marco Zanon. Man in 23. As Ioane plays it away for Ardie Savia. Jordan has just gone forward for the All Blacks.
So it's 24-6. Probably reads comfortable. I think it's been anything but that for the All Blacks tonight. In terms of their ability and time to execute, the work they've done around the breakdown, there has been a lack of momentum for the All Blacks. They've made a number of errors, 2 yellow cards. This has been very much a frustrating and a performance I'll be very interested to hear how they talk about it, Ben, afterwards, how they feel about it.
Well, the variation of the Italian game in the air, they've picked the right times to go to the air, but it's been built on good solid defence and physical at the breakdown. They've arrived at numbers. The All Blacks have only turned over a couple of balls at the breakdown. That just shows you how good their clean-out's been, the Italians. They haven't been able to get a flow on the All Blacks, and when they've had the ball, they've been put under pressure. And so it hasn't been easy, but that is the way the Italians responded after last week. You see the HIA turned around, Wilson making his way back off now, and Lamb back on. But across the board, this Italian side, with the cheering and the support of the crowd here, they've been entertained.
Certainly a team that have turned a corner under Gonzalo Quesada. An excellent effort tonight against the All Blacks. Some serious questions.
Set!
As Alessandro Garbisi plays it away. They've got an advantage to work with too. Nacho breaks, takes it into contact. None will come. Now we're ticking towards the final 5 minutes of the Test match, and Italy still playing with 14, of course.
Some Test matches, we've all been there. A win's a win, and this feels like this is a win. The record for Scott Robertson in his first season is going to be at 10-4. This is probably their least convincing performance, as Will Jordan's been named the man of the match. He certainly had an impact on the game. Try scorer. Well, I think from an All Black perspective, they'll look at this as a frustrating day at the office.
Lakai and the All Blacks set off again through Telea. So elusive. Let's defend on Zanet, who holds on for dear life around the bootlaces. Still get a knee down for TJ Perenara. He does. Barrett looks for a kick pass across. Hasn't worked out on this occasion for New Zealand, as Monte Ioane looks to counter-attack Havili, the low tackle. Busy across to a man in the number 12 jersey, Menoncello. Here come the Italians. Menoncello, he's got plenty of pace, and they do score.
What a moment for the Azzurri in front of their home fans. They celebrate like the game has been won with a contestable kick. They've been good in the air. They deserve a positive finish in this game. And for Menoncello, big future for this young man. Just listen to the fans, Ben. They love it.
Well, they just being entertained even at 24-6, but there, just the pickup of the ball, the skill. You do need a little bit of luck, so this one here just out of Telea's reach. And then look at the pace. You see Satiti on the end trying to track him down, but then the crowd on their feet and what it means to them. Well, the coach, they wanted a good response after last week. They wanted to do their country proud. They've certainly done that.
Well, Garbisi can't add the extras to a brilliant try from Tommaso Menoncello in his 23rd appearance, his 6th try, and you can see why he was named the Six Nations Player of the Tournament earlier this year. So Beauden Barrett gets the final 3 minutes of the All Blacks season.
No, leave it now, leave it.
Back underway, just outside of Italy's 22 again. It's Garbisi, Alessandro that is, sends it up, and it's gone out on the full. Well, they've fought hard tonight. They've played some brilliant rugby and some real positive signs too. Jeff Wilson defensively from the Italian team.
If you can defend, you can stay in the fight, and they've been good at the breakdown, committed, and they've covered beautifully.
Scott Barrett takes it. Peter Lakai for Adi Savia. Looking for one more, New Zealand. Lakai picks up and goes again. Vincent tries to get his hands over the ball. All Blacks arrive though in numbers to clean. Adi Savia so strong as Barrett pops a little kick through again. Mark Telea Kapotso. And the ball eventually beats the pair of them into touch. They've taken it quickly. Barrett's going to have a go here. Beauden, Barrett! Oh, he pinches one for New Zealand. The 45th try in Test rugby for Beauden Barrett. And he moves past a certain Jeff Wilson.
90 seconds left in the game, 90 seconds left in the season. I thought he'd have to wait a little bit longer. What are you laughing about, Ben Castle? Just the work here, the cover work done from Kaputso. And with a minute to go, yes, time to play. And a chip kick from their own line has created Beauden Barrett his 45th Test try. And I go down one more spot.
So Beauden Barrett now just one behind Christian Cullen, Julian Savia, Joe Rokothoko, all on 46. They're looking to convert his own. It's been a good night off the tee, not on this occasion. A night that marks the end of Sam Cane's time in the All Blacks jersey. And what a finish. The All Blacks turning it on, and some eyes up footy here from Beauden Barrett to sneak in. Italy will keep coming and look for a second to end their season. There's the scrum, there's the whistle, and there is the whistle for full time. The All Blacks finish season 2024 with a win. They were made to work hard for it, but in the end, they have beaten this brave Italian side here in Turin by 29 points to 11.
The curtain comes down on the All Black season in 2024 with a win. Not convincing, but job done.